Yeah. I'm here signing in on y'all. Man, let's talk about this Stefon Diggs situation, man. You know, if a lot of people don't know, he wide receiver for the who did he go to? I forgot who he went to. I know he was at Buffalo, but anyway, you know who you probably seen the story floating around on the internet. But he was on the boat with some females, and he said something about it's a substance. Be careful with that substance. Don't drink too much of it or something like that. But anyway, a substance could have been anything. It could have been some Kool-Aid. It could have been some Jolly Ranchers candy. Who knows what he was giving the girl or whatever. But um, my point is, man, what you guys in the NFL, why do you guys just think that it's heaven to be in the NFL? When you guys get drafted on draft night, oh, you break down crying and oh, you just so like this the best day of your life. You act like that day is so important to you that God couldn't even make you more happier than them. That's the way you guys act when they sit there and all they doing is making you feel like you owe them something. I mean, the way they talk to you. You ready for this? Oh yes, I'm ready. I don't think you heard me. I said, are you ready for this? Yeah, I'm ready. You about to be a Baltimore Raven. Come on, man. You doing all this to be a slave. Yeah. Let me wind that back. You doing all this just to be a slave. You doing all this just to be a slave. Yeah. That's all you doing, man. You know, I tell y'all stuff that other people don't tell you. I break stuff down that other people don't break down to you. I've told you all before. Them NFL owners, those guys are slave masters, man. They great granddaddy was slave masters. Okay. Let me explain this to you. You ever ask yourself, how did these NFL owners get rich? You don't never hear no story. You don't ever hear no story about what they did to how they started out poor and became rich. You don't never hear no story about what they did, how they had to come up and how they got rich. You don't never hear no story of that, do you? You know why you don't hear no story about how they got rich? Because what they got, they inherited. You see, back in the slave days, you see, they great-great-granddaddy, he could buy an acre of land for $5 or $10. Now, he buy 2,000 acres of land for $5 or $10 a piece. Now, before he died, he turned it over to the next racist slave master. Now he take care of the slaves in the land. See, he had a slave on the land cropping it. They taking care of the land. Then, before he died, he passed it to the next slave master. Okay? And they keep on flipping it like that until it lands in the hand of these NFL owners. Now, the NFL owners, they got 2,000 acres of land and they bought them all for $5 a piece. You know what that land worth today? It depends on where it at. You acre land probably costs you almost $20,000 or $30,000 per acre. Now, they get the land that they inherited from their slave master granddaddy, great granddaddy, and granddaddy, and it land in their hand. So what they do, they sell it. That's how they become billionaires. That's where they got the money from to become billionaires. You see what I'm saying? You can't have a credit score high enough to go to the bank and borrow $100 billion. You can't you can't have a credit score high enough to go to the bank and borrow $50 billion. You can't even have a credit score high enough to borrow $1 billion. You got to have a lot of collateral. Now, you got 2,000 acres of land. Yeah, you can go to the bank and borrow you $1 billion because you got the collateral. You see what I'm saying? That's how they became rich. They inherited that from their great granddaddy, which was slave masters. And like I say, it wouldn't have wind up in their hand if they wouldn't racist and a slave master, because the great granddaddy that passed it over to them, you think he gonna give it to them if they not racist? No, he ain't gonna give it to them if they ain't racist. So the slave masters, throw the NFL owners, they have to be racist too. They inherit that land from the granddaddy that they got it from, because the granddaddy that's passing it on to the next one, he gonna pick somebody in the family that's racist. Well, these NFL owners, the last one to get their hand on the land, and guess what they do? They sell it to the bank or go to the bank and borrow the money because they got the collateral. You got 2,000 acres of land, and you pay $5 a piece for it. Do you know how much money you done made? You know how much money you got? Yeah, so that's how these NFL owners get rich. Now, to let you know, they got slave mentality in their blood. Okay. Now, when they get these NFL players, you see, all they doing is just making them rich to be a slave. And you see, these players, they think it's the best thing ever happened that could even ever happen to them when they get drafted in the NFL. All you doing is going there to be a slave. I mean, what's the point in you being rich? They making you rich. What's the point? And you can't enjoy the money. You know, even when you at home, you can't even enjoy yourself because you got to be careful what you say. If you say the wrong thing, you got to get punished by the NFL. You see what I'm saying? You can't even say, if you go to the wrong place that the NFL don't approve of, you got to get punished by the NFL. You know, you can't even, so like it's at the point, what can you do? You can't even go down the street and get a speeding ticket without you got to answer to the NFL. If the police pull you over, you got to answer to the NFL. You got to report to them and let them know what happened. You got to let them know everything that you do, because if something happens and you didn't report it to them, oh boy, they're going to find you. So as you see, man, this ain't nothing but a slave. This ain't nothing but modern day slave. They're just making them rich, but you're still a slave. You selling your freedom. When you go to the NFL, all you doing is selling your freedom. And if like me, I'm the type of dude, if I would get in there, that sooner or later with me, it'll get old to me. I get tired of like, dude, I'm tired of them. You know, I got to answer to them everything I do. What's the point of me in being rich? I can't enjoy the money. But everything I do, I got to answer to them. Even if I say the wrong thing, I got to answer. I got to answer to them. You got to answer to the NFL for everything you do. Basically, you just signed your freedom and your life on a dotted line when they drafted you. Because that rich money, like I say, I don't see what's so great about being in the NFL if you can't live your own life. You can't go where you want to go. You can't do what you want to do. You can't hang out. You can't hang out with certain friends. You can't even get a speeding ticket. You got to report that to the NFL. Come on now, y'all feel me? They ain't nothing but rich slaves. They making you rich to be a slave. They got slave mentality in them. NFL owners got slave mentality in their blood, man. That's in their bloodline to have slaves. And since slavery is over, the closest thing they can do to feel like they still have slaves is to make y'all rich and camouflage it. They blinding you with the money, but yet still they looking at you as they slave, because you got to answer to them. You got a contract with them. It's like, and then too, just like Farrakhan said one time, he said they just slave master. He said when they auction you off, they trade you to another team. You don't have no say so of it. Just like the slave, they used to auction them off. Slave couldn't have no say so of it. He might have been with that master for 10 years, but that master take him to the cell and auction him off to another slave master. But that slave don't have no say so. He don't have no say so. That's the same way they do in the NFL. When you might be on the team, and if they want to trade you away, ain't nothing you can do about it. You ain't got no say so. So what's the difference? I agree with Farrakhan on that. You don't got it. Ain't no you don't have no say so of your own life. You can't say they trade me. We're gonna trade you to the Buffalo Bills. You can't say I don't want to play for them. I don't want to go on and stay right here. You don't got no say so. They own you. And like I say, you guys in the college guys, you blinded. And like I say, all you doing is going. And like I say, once you get to the end of your career, once you ain't producing no more, they get rid of you. They get rid of you, and they don't want nothing to do with you. I mean, like I say, you can't even say what you want to say. You don't have freedom of speech because if one thing you say one thing about the team that you was on, that team that you was on could spit in your face and kick you in the butt every time you come in. You can't say nothing about it because if you do, all of them will turn against you. You can't say, well, you know what? I don't want to play for y'all no more. I'm going to go play for somebody else. Oh, no. Nobody else won't pick you up because see all of them together. All of them are slave masters together. They just this 20th century slave masters. That's what they is, man. Truth is the truth. None of y'all might don't like what I'm saying, but it's just the truth, man. Them ain't no modern day slave masters. And these boys in the NFL, like I say, they get them that money. And Lord, you go buy them a fancy car and get you a fancy house, but you still a slave. I wouldn't want to live my life walking on eggshells. I want to be free. I don't want to be signed to a slave master. Well, I got to be careful what I say. I got to be careful where I go. I got to be careful what I do. I mean, look at Stefon Diggs. This dude on the boat with some girls, having a good time. And he said something about some substance, told one of the girls something, be careful with that substance now, or something, I don't know. Just because he said that now, now he got an answer to the NFL. Oh, they done seen the video, now he got an answer to them. Now they decide what they gonna do to him for that. Come on, bruh. If y'all jokers don't stop it, man. I mean, y'all some sellouts. Y'all go to college and all you doing is selling out. All you doing is selling out, man. That junk will get old to me. I believe if I get in there and I get that money, and once I see I can't enjoy myself with this money, I can't say what I want to say. I can't go where I want to go. I can't do what I want to do. I can't even go down the street and get a speeding ticket. I got to go report it to the NFL. I got to report it to them. Come on, man. That'll get old. That would get old to me. That would get very old to me. I believe I just take my little guaranteed money and I'm out, bro. I'm done. Because, I'm not going to live like this. I'm not going to live like this. I can't go where I want to go. I can't do what I want to do. Man, heck, I can't even gain. I got to keep my weight at a certain number. If they tell you can't, certain amount of weight you can't gain. So you can't even eat what you want to eat. I mean, they got you locked down. So what joy do you guys get out of that? I just don't get it. What joy do you guys get out of that? I mean, you guys the thing of it is, you guys that's in the NFL, most of you are college boys. Most of you guys that didn't grow up in the hood. So this is the reason why you don't see what they're doing to you. You think this is okay, what they're doing to you. You think this is what life is supposed to be about, what they're doing to you. But you take somebody from the hood that growed up in the hood, we'll quick sniff that out quickly. No, bro, I'm not finna be your slave. I ain't finna be your slave. I'm not finna be your slave, bro. No, you're not gonna boss me around when I'm at home. If I'm on the football field, I'm at your practice facility, okay. But when I go home, I need my me time. I don't want to be can't do what I want to do. I can't be if the paparazzi catch me somewhere, catch me anywhere. Oh, I gotta explain it to y'all. I gotta explain it to the team, the coach. I gotta explain it to them at the NFL. Come on, man. What joy do y'all get out of that? That's why I wonder, what joy would anybody get out of that? That slave mentality. Them ain't number, like I say, them ain't number modern day slave masters, man. That's all they is, man. That's how they got their money. That's how they inherit their money, man. That's how they got to become billionaires. That's how come on, man. As you see, Ain't now NFL owner ever did a story on him as to how he got rich. You know why he ain't? Because he inherited that from his slave master great granddaddy. You got 2,000 acres of land, and you only paid $5 a piece for for each one of them. Do you know how much money you done came up? Yeah, you can buy your NFL team and buy your NFL stadium too. You got enough money to do that because you inherited. You didn't work. You didn't bust your butt off and work to get rich. You didn't you know, sell real estate or something. You didn't do none of that to get rich. No, that what you got rich, you inherit that land from your great granddaddy, who was a slave master. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if you wasn't racist, he never would have gave it to you. If you wasn't racist, your great granddaddy would never pass that land over to you. So you had to be racist too in order for the great granddaddy to give it to you. Come on now, it only makes sense. If your great granddaddy is a racist and his daddy was a racist, your daddy was a racist. Why would they pass the land to you if you're not racist? Yeah, come on. So now you know. A lot of you people never knew this, but see, like I say, boy, I tell you stuff that nobody else don't tell you. I get the elephant out of the room. That's how them NFL owners got rich. Since ain't nobody ABC, NBC, Fox, ain't nobody never did a story on none of them none of them NFL players as to show you how they got rich. Nobody ain't never told you that. Same go with the NBA owners. And like I say, all these jokers are 70 and 80 and almost 90 years old. Just look how old they is. That tell you they've been around a long time. So they was there when their great granddaddy gave them the land because they had to be a racist too. But since so happened, they are in our day's time and they got to camouflage the racism. We'll just make them niggas rich and everything, but we still own them. Yeah. You know, the Houston, Texas owner said one time on camera that you got to treat these guys like prisoners. Sometimes they get out of line. And do you know they swept that up under the rug. They swept that up under the rug. But you know what them niggas do? As long as they got that money, oh, Master, you can say what you want to say to us, Master. Yes, Master, I do believe. I do believe. If them owners want to line them boys up and kick them in the butt every day and say, get out there and practice, I believe they'll let them do it. I'm just dead serious. I believe they'll let them do it. Because see, they looking at the money. They're not looking at their freedom. They're not looking at you. They're not looking at the history. They don't care. They're just looking at the money. All you looking at is that money. And why you looking at that money that you cannot enjoy? You know, you can't buy with that money what you want to buy with it. Oh, you got to answer to the NFL. You can't take that money and go places that you want to go with it. No, you got to answer to the NFL. You can't throw a big party. You know, you can't throw a big party somewhere. You got to answer to the NFL. You know, if something happens, let's say you throw a party and somebody get to fighting in the party and get hurt real bad. Oh boy, they find out it was your party. You got to answer to the NFL. You got to answer to them. You know, you can't even get out on a boat and enjoy yourself and go fishing. And just because you say one thing or that they don't like, oh, you got to answer to them. This dude, Stefon Diggs, all he did is say was, be careful, told a girl, call me daddy. Be careful with that substance now. With that substance, don't use too much of it or something like that, he said. Oh, just because he said that, now he got to answer to the NFL. Dude, that could have been anything. That could have been anything. Now, what they want you to think is, oh, you a role model. But why am I a role model? For you to make more money. Yeah, you want little kids to see me living this big life, living this fake life with all the money, and I'm a good guy. So you don't want me to give you a bad look. If I give you a bad look, that's messing up future slaves that you have coming up. You don't want other people to say, you know what, man, I ain't going to NFL. I ain't finna go there and be no slave. You don't want people to see that. So you want people to see, you want people, this other young guys, you want them to see, hey, this is a nice place to go. It's quiet. The guys are happy. You want their parents to see this so that they'll encourage their kids to go to the NFL. So you can have more black slaves. But yeah, man, thought I'd just drop in and bring y'all the truth on that, since ain't nobody that's gonna tell y'all about the NFL owners. And like I say, you notice none of them never talk on camera. That don't sound strange to you. But yet still, how is it that you guys don't think that these NFL games are rigged up? If all these owners can get together and agree on certain things, well, why wouldn't the game be rigged? I can't collaborate on that. I don't know for sure about that, but the way it looked, if we're in the league and I'm playing against you and you playing against me, I'm trying to beat you, you trying to beat me, me and you, we ain't just cause you don't want a certain player. If I want him, I'm gonna get him if he's available. But no, all of them are turned against you. All of them are turned against the player. One player get out of line. It's just like one slave. It's like a runaway slave. That slave get out of line. All the slave masters, we see him. Hey, we got that nigger over here. Get the boys up on the horse and get him over here and drag him back over here and beat him. Yeah, call John. Hey, John, your slave over here. Oh, see, they work together. You see how they did Colin Kaepernick? All of them got together. They didn't want him no more. You see how they did T.O.? Oh, all of them got together. They didn't want him no more. You see what I'm saying? When you speak out, all of them turn against you. You see how they blackballed Dez Bryant. You see how they blackballed Odell Beckham. They got him out there and won't even throw him the ball. Every team he go to, they won't throw him the ball. He been blackballed. That's what they do, man. And you take that they can say they been blackballed, man. I mean, when one speak up, they get done with you. And you see what Warren Sapp, when he did that interview and he spoke up and said, they can't say what they want to say because they get fined. Oh, they all turned against him. That's when he got booted out of the NFL, might well say. Oh, that's when he got booted out. Oh, they didn't want to sign his contract no more. No, and then no one else wouldn't pick him up. Because like I say, all of them turn against you. Now ask yourself, why is that? Why is that all them sticks gonna turn against one player when he get out of line, when they feel like, he done spoke out against us, so we gonna turn against him? All of y'all supposed to be competitors. Y'all supposed to be going against each other in sports. Well, y'all ain't supposed to be agreeing with the other one. Come on, man. That tells you right there that's a slave chain, man. Come on now. I'm him signing out.